Hello and welcome again to the new video of Global English Academy, class day 12. Yesterday we spoke about how to create the foundations of English, how to build a strong foundation so that you can just build a taller, skyscraper on that particular, because all tall buildings have a strong foundation. Likewise, English should have, it should have also a strong foundation if you just grow high or in your career front. So that's what we have been taking the classes on, and for the initial 1 month or so, we are going to take classes on how to create sentences in different tenses, so that in future from any situation you can just create sentences and other usages, like passive voice, direct speech, indirect speech, and once everything is over, we'll just start taking classes on how to attend an interview, how to improve your personality, how to develop your inner technology, and uh, the importance of body language, like a lot of things are there, tips for group discussions and debates and all. Everything is going to be taught you here, and the initial step is being taken to just give you a strong foundation, how to create a strong foundation in English. So we just spoke about the basic usages of English. Do, does, did, could, would, shall, may, might, will. Use V1. V1 is present tense. V2 we just V2 denotes past tense, and V3 past participle. And also I told you to just learn for different forms of verb: present tense, past tense, past participle, and noun form, and to learn at least 20 words a day. You can start it with 5 words. If you don't have much time, start it with 5 words per day, or make it 10 or 15 or 20. I mean, my students, I'll just ask them to just learn 20 words a day, because at least we should have knowledge of 3,000 words to 4,000 words to just make your or substantiate your vocabulary abundance. That's what I just teach these people. So we let us start with today. We'll start with the word criticize. Criticized, and criticism is the are the four forms of this word or this verb criticize. So it is a regular verb. As I told you, a regular verb, you'll get past tense, past participle with adding ed with it, and irregular verb means go, went, gone. It has a different forms of past and past participle forms. So let us see how to create a sentence, create sentences in simple past. I will be little bit fast from today, because otherwise we'll not be able to cover the entire tenses with at least one word. So today let us start with simple present tense. They criticize everyone every time when I say something. When I say something, they criticize me always. It means they criticize every time when I say something. If I say something, they always find time to criticize me. This is simple present tense, because as I told you, simple present is something is done regularly, or in a regular interval, like every alternate days, or once in a week, once in a month, or likewise once in a year, once in 5 years, once in 10 years. This can also be mentioned or said in simple present tense. So if I just start with the first person, I criticize him almost every time on his suggestions. Means wrong suggestions, people criticize normally. It's a universal truth. So always try to make correct, right suggestions always to your friends and relatives or whatever, to the society. If I just uh, how to ask a question for this: do you criticize him every time on his suggestions, yes, or you criticize me every time on his suggestions. So first person and second person we have seen, and when we just make a sentence in third person, he criticizes, because it's a third person singular, so we should use es with the verb. He criticizes us on every comment that we make. He criticizes us on every comment that we make. Whatever comments we make, he made it a practice to criticize every time, is what we are trying to make. It's a regular it's a statement or a regular thing that is happening, so we can use or we can say it in simple present tense. So if we ask a question for this, they criticize every time when I say something. Do they, as I said, if you don't use this question words or question tags to ask a question, you can use do, does, did. Have, has, had, and be, being, been, we should use past participle of the verb, is what I said yesterday. And do, does, did, we should use present tense of the verb. So do they criticize every time when you say something? Okay, when you say something, do they criticize you? If it is yes, yes, they criticize every time when I say something. If it is no, the answer is no. No, they don't criticize every time when I say something. So well, let us try with some question words. Why is a question word? Why, what, when, where, whom. It's all question words which you used to that we use to create questions. Why do you make such criticisms, noun form? Why do you make such criticisms? So you can just answer it with the reason. If you have some reason, you can just answer it with it. And uh, on what basis? We can just change the question to a different style. On what basis do you criticize, or do you make such criticisms? Noun form. Criticism. On what basis do you make such criticism? Why, what, where do you criticize? Whichever question words are there, you can just use them to create sentences and even question tags. We don't have much time here to just tell you to utilize or show you how to use all these question words and question tags to create questions. Yeah. So let me tell you one thing. Please subscribe. Those who haven't subscribed yet, like and share to the needy people, because not many people are there. I don't have much viewers these days because it's new channel. Channel is all, but I had stopped it for some time, and now restarted it. So viewers are very less. So please forward it to your friends or your groups, whoever are interested to just learn. Let them learn, because it's a free channel to learn. You won't have to just spend any penny on learning things. If you just approach some institutions, they are going to ask you for thousands of rupees, or they are going to charge definitely thousands of rupees for the course. You are getting the entire course here free of cost. So what I'm asking you is to just subscribe. When I have a lot of learners or a lot of viewers, I'll just it gives me much interest to just teach you in a better way, and I can even make the videos bigger, so that I can explain everything in this particular every videos. So he criticized me yesterday. We are talking about simple past. We just spoke about simple present tense, how to create sentences from simple present tense by using do, does, did, and with the question words, question tag we haven't used. I'll just show it to you later, because lack of time is there. So simple past. He criticized me yesterday because something happened. Earlier, we use simple past tense to explain that. He criticized me yesterday. They criticized him on his false comments. Because we just make some false comments, naturally, people are going to criticize some way or other. Or also, always try to make positive comments so that others won't criticize you. If you just try with the question word, it is going to be like why. If you just use why did, question word and did is used here. Why did he criticize? Because do does did sentence should be used there. So why he criticized me yesterday. Yesterday, why did he criticize me? Or why he criticized me yesterday can also be asked. So you can just tell him the reason. So start developing sentences, creating sentences with you know, from situations or from one word is the only solution to learn English very fast, and practice it as much as possible. Get some friends, or you can even start practicing it in front of a mirror, and that will give you much better results, is what I would like to tell you at this time. Because you can just see your body language, your facial reflections. You can correct it while you're talking in front of a mirror. So once you're confident enough, you can just start talking with people. Because fear factor, fear of mistakes, you just uproot it and throw it away. Because that sort of fear will not let you learn anything there. So start practicing, start reading books, and start learning 20 words. Is what I just would say. And if you don't have much time, you can start it with 5 words a day, and with all these four forms of the verb. Whom did they criticize last week? Whom did they किसको इन्होंने criticize किए थे last week? That's a form of, because if you just prefer Hindi also, I can speak in Hindi, it's not a problem. Uh, just comment, after once you watch this video, just comment your views so that I can just make them modifications, or you can just put the suggestions on that also. If I am little bit fast, you can tell me also. I can be a little bit slow because lack of time, because the video is of half an hour. I cannot include all these things in the half an hour video. That too, people, less people watch. People watch, average comes very very few people watch half or full video, is what I can just realize it from my channel. Simple future, simple past we just tried, and simple future is what next comes. We will definitely, something is going to happen in future. He will definitely criticize me tomorrow when I make the presentation. If we are going to just to make some presentations, and we know some friends are there who is definitely going to criticize me, in such occasion we can just make a statement like this in simple future tense. He will definitely criticize me tomorrow when I make the presentation. When I go for presentation tomorrow, definitely I know that he's going to criticize me. हम जब presentation करने कर जाएंगे, तो definitely हमें criticize करेंगे, is what I'm trying to say. If we ask a question for that, how to create a question, will he criticize me tomorrow? If I have any doubt, but if I'm not sure about it, we can ask a question. Or for the statement also, you can just create a question like, will he criticize me? When will is used, present tense. May, might, will, shall. Every time when these usages come, you should use the present tense of the verb. Will he criticize me tomorrow on my presentation, is what the question to be created there. And you can use question words, question tags also for this. If you just I gave you this number on this. If you have any doubt, I can just WhatsApp me also. And those who are willing to join my online classes, we will get much time in online classes. I just facilitate people to just clear the doubts and teach them, taking much more time in the online class. Will you criticize me tomorrow on my presentation? If we just asking a second person, will you criticize me? Will he criticize me? Third person singular. These are the usages of simple future. Just practice, take out some words, select some words and try practicing it like this. Okay, let us get into present continuous. Something that happening now, continuing. We are doing something and it still continues. Is the occasion that we just use present continuous tense. He is criticizing. Now it is happening because what is happening now and continuing. That's what I'm telling you. He is criticizing. Criticizing them. He is criticizing them on their negative comments. Naturally, if this make they make some people make some negative comments, people are going to criticize. He is criticizing them on their negative comments. How to create a question for that? Is he criticizing them or their negative comments? Naturally, and you can use question words. Why are they criticizing? Where are they criticizing? You can just tell them the place. When are they criticizing? When means now it is happening. So when is not required there. Who is criticizing? Whom is he criticizing? Sort of, you can use all question words to create questions and question tags also. He is criticizing them. Isn't he? Is the question tag. And for positive sentences, negative question tags come normally. He is criticizing them. Isn't he? Is the question tag. He's not criticizing them. Is he? Is the negative sentence, positive question tag, and positive sentence, negative question tag is what we should use. Okay, every time just try this negative question tag also. Are you criticizing them for their negative comments? It's a question that can be created. Are you second person? Is he single third person singular? Are they third person plural? Are they criticizing on their negative comments? Past continuous. I'm a little bit fast today because otherwise we'll not be able to cover the entire this thing. Tenses with one word at least. Past continuous tense. Past continuous means something was happening and it doesn't exist now. So something was happening continuously, so but doesn't exist now. और है दे हिंदी में आपको बताया तो past continuous. He was criticizing them on their negative comments. He was doing because it is past continuous. He was criticizing them on their negative comments. कर रहे थे. He was criticizing on their negative comments. How to create a question for that? He was he criticizing, past continuous, was he criticizing them on their negative comments is the question. Why was he? Past continuous. He is the third person singular. So is the when present continuous, and was is used in the past continuous. Why was he criticizing them on their negative comments? When, question word, when, kab, when was he criticizing them on their negative comments? कब कर रहे थे ये बताना. You got to create an answer for it. Where was he criticizing? कहाँ पे कर रहे थे? ये भी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. क्वेश्चन वर्ड्स. Where, whom, was he criticizing? किसको कर रहे थे? कर रहे थे. Past continuous. कर रहा है present continuous. Whom was he criticizing? किसको कर रहे थे? You can create answers for this. Start creating sentences from from a situation. Whatever you see in front of you, start creating sentences in different tenses. You can improve very fast. That's my experience also, because I teach students. Like, I just make sure that they do what I ask for, so they improve very fast. You can even just contact me on my WhatsApp number if at all you are willing to join my online classes. These are Google Meet classes or Zoom classes in the evening. Starts from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock is the class. The last batch will be at 8 o'clock. 6 o'clock to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9 are the 3 batches that I take here. So you can just try for that also, those who are interested in joining my online classes. But I promise I'll make sure that before you just complete this course, you start speaking. You'll be able to speak in English in a better way. You can compare it to yourself once you just complete this course of 2 months here. Sometimes it goes to 2.5 months. And even you can join the next batch also if you couldn't learn it properly, free of cost. I don't charge for the people who join the next batch. He will be criticizing me on my tomorrow's speech. He will be criticizing me on my tomorrow's speech. Assumption है, क्योंकि he will do it. वो कल करेंगे definitely. मुझे criticize करेंगे. When I go for a speech, he will definitely, I'm sure, he will be criticizing me. Future continuous tense. How to ask a question for that? Will he be criticizing me on my tomorrow's speech? Will he be? Will he be? Future continuous tense. Will he be criticizing me on my tomorrow's speech? Question word you can use. When will he be criticizing me? Then you can avoid tomorrow's speech. निकाल दो, क्योंकि कब करेंगे ये पूछ रहे हैं. When will he be criticizing me is what the question should be. When, कब करेंगे, will he be criticizing me, that we asked earlier. Then present perfect tense. Present perfect, I just told you. Have and has. First person, second person, and all plurals we use have with the present perfect tense, and has with the singular, third person singular. So I have criticized, first person. I is first person, so we use have in present perfect. I have criticized him yesterday. कल मैं criticize किया था. Yesterday you can just take it out also. Even some time back, don't specifically say or don't specify the time. तब भी हम बोल सकते हैं आई हैव क्रिटिसाइज्ड हिम ऑन हिज फॉल्स कमेंट्स, उसका गलत बातों में मैंने क्रिटिसाइज किया था। How to create a question for that? Have you criticized? Has heard be being been past participle of the verb. So have you criticized past participle? These are the basics, because if we just start teaching you for at least 1 month this portion, you're going to be perfect. You're going to substantiate your basics of English. Then it will be very easy for you to communicate or start practicing it with other people. That much sure I am. He has, third person singular. So have with first person, second person, and third all plural, and has with the third person singular. He has criticized. Have has had, be being been past participle. So we used criticized them. He has criticized them on their false comments. How to create a question for this? Has he criticized? Is a question with a in a third person singular sentence. They have plural. They have criticized me or him for the false comments. Has he criticized? We asked. Have they, plural, when it comes first person plural, have they criticized him for his false comments? You can use question words also. Okay, then let us come to past perfect, because very few, few minutes are left to complete the this thing. So past perfect had. I had criticized him last week because something had happened काफी पहले जो हुआ उसके लिए had perfect tense, past perfect tense यूज करते हैं. I had criticized them last week. पिछले हफ्ते हम उनको क्रिटिसाइज किया था. How to create a question for this? Had you criticized him last week? आपने ये किए थे, क्रिटिसाइज किए थे लास्ट वीक, पिछले हफ्ते. ये पूछने का मतलब वही है. Why had you? क्वेश्चन वर्ड. क्यों किए? Why had you criticized him last week? आपने उसको क्रिटिसाइज क्यों किए थे? Where, कहां पे? Where had you criticized him last week? When, कब? When had you criticized him? Then avoid last week, because when he just is asking कब किए थे, then we can say, when the question is asked, we can say last week. Whom had you criticized last week? किसको किए थे? Whom had you criticized last week? So these are the type of past perfect tense. Let us get into present perfect continuous. प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस. कुछ बातें अभी पहले से शुरू हुए, अभी खत्म नहीं हुए, अभी भी कंटिन्यू कर रहा है, बिकॉज समथिंग हैड स्टार्टेड बट स्टिल कंटिन्यूअस. Such things we use present perfect continuous. Present perfect have and has for have for first and second and plurals, and third person singular we use has been. So present perfect continuous. He has been criticizing me since I joined college. Something had started some time ago and still continuous. क्योंकि कुछ पहले से शुरू हुए और 2 साल पहले से या 1 साल पहले से या 6 महीने पहले से शुरू हुआ, अभी भी चलते आ रहा है. इसको हम प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस में यूज करते हैं. He has been, third person singular, so has is used there. He has been criticizing me since I joined my college. मैं जब से college join किया तब से मुझे criticize करते आ रहे हैं. Okay. He has he been, how to create a question? Has he been criticizing me since I joined college? Is the question. Since you joined, because some other person is going to ask you question. The first person, somebody else asks you question, you should be used there. We normally we don't ask question to ourselves. I have been criticizing him since he joined the college. And have you been is the question. I have been. Have you been is the question. They have been criticizing him since he joined the college. How they have been criticizing. Okay, that's how we create sentences in present perfect continuous. Let us see past perfect continuous, because time is very short now. So let us look into that also, then finish the class of today. He had been criticizing. कुछ काफी पहले से शुरू किए थे लेकिन बंद हो गया बीच में, अभी नहीं चल रहा. ठीक है. He had been criticizing me during my college days. जब से कॉलेज जब चल रहा था तब क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे थे, लेकिन अभी नहीं. ठीक है. In such instances we use past perfect continuous. मैं जब कॉलेज में था वो क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे थे मुझे, लेकिन अभी नहीं, अभी बंद हो गया. सच केसेस. प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस होते तो अभी भी चल रहा, तब से शुरू हुआ, कितने साल पहले से भी हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, अभी भी कंटिन्यू चल रहा है तो प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस, लेकिन बीच में बंद हो गया तो पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस. he been criticizing me during my college days is the question. They had been criticizing me for nothing. अरे फालतू में मुझे क्रिटिसाइज करते थे फॉर नथिंग इन माई चाइल्डहुड. जो बचपन में जो बड़ा कुछ बात नहीं होते थे, लेकिन तब भी मुझे क्रिटिसाइज करते रहते थे फॉर नथिंग. फालतू में वो क्रिटिसाइज करते रहते थे, कुछ बड़ी बात हो या ना हो, कुछ ना कुछ बहाना बना के मुझे क्रिटिसाइज करते थे. Had they been criticizing you in your childhood is the present past perfect continuous tense. Because I am not looking at a book and all, it's not taught from a book. I'm just selecting a word and I'm creating sentences for you, because so it is not the type of style in the books that you may find. So this was the class for today. We'll just come back with a new word tomorrow, and please subscribe, like and share my videos if you like it. Okay, thank you for watching.